Will Anderson, dog. Certified dog. I already know he's going to be probably Defensive Player of the Year this year. Maybe. Who knows? But, I'm sorry, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sorry about
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if he gets enough playing time first.
All right.
All right, here we go. So in all likelihood, Deshaun Jackson's going to at least get a return. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Way downtown. Oh, what a shot from Curry. That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Welcome to the Shred the Spread podcast, your home for all your NFL sports betting needs. I'm your host, Jared, and alongside to the right of me is my right-hand man, the guy who's going to help me dig into this AFC South, Dynell. What's going on, man? Talk to me.
Yes, sir. What's going on, baby? The AFC South. Sheesh. What a dumpster fire. I can't wait. Like I said, I'm locked in. I got my picks in, man. It's trying to find a diamond in the rough here. This is basically what we're trying to find. Just that one diamond. But I think you're gonna be surprised at what I got for you.
Okay. That's what I like to hear. Just full disclosure for those listening, we do not go over our divisional picks before we talk about these. So this is all raw, and let's hop right into it. Let's start off with the favorites, the Jaguars. They're minus 155 to win the division. Their win total is 9.5. Obviously, minus 155 to win a division in a sport where their injuries are very reliant upon the win total and a team's success. You can't bet that high of a favorite for divisional odds. So there's no value, obviously, taking those odds as a straight bet. My best advice is if you like the Jaguars, I would parlay it with another divisional favorite that you think is pretty solidified. Like, obviously, this division is severely weak. So really no odds taking the Jaguars straight. But if you like them, like let's just say with the Bills or the Eagles or whatever it may be, the Saints, you could always parlay it. So that would be my advice to use for the value. But the Jaguars is a straight bet. Divisional odds, no go. I do like the over for the win total, though. I'm not playing this too heavy, but I just feel like at worst case, they split with the Titans and split with the Colts because Colts at home are a wagon. I think, the Texans are like the team that's going to get beat up this year. Obviously new head coach, new quarterback, new system, really. So I feel like they can take two there. So that's 4 divisional wins already. So I think that 9.5 is a little bit short. I got them about 10.4 wins. So I got them over that win total. Not going to be placing a large bet just because, I want to see how this second season with Doug Peterson looks like with the Trevor Lawrence. But I personally do think Trevor Lawrence has a really good year. I have him as one of my MVP picks, surprisingly. So Dynell, what do you have on this Jaguars team?
This Jaguars team is intriguing. What we fail to forget is the addition from last year is really an addition for this year in Calvin Ridley, which is really going to even expand Trevor Lawrence's array of weapons. This team is very intriguing. I think they're very interesting. And the biggest thing for me is, can Trevor Lawrence get off to good starts and kind of limit the turnovers early? They had a lot of come from behind wins last year. I can just even recount the Commanders game. Right out the gate. They lost that game, but right out the gate, the Commanders flooded them. Carson Wentz and the Commanders flooded, the Jaguars off the first half. But after that second half, man, them boys got rolling. And you saw that again in the playoff game against the Chargers. So that's my biggest thing with them is, can it get off to early starts? Second year, Doug Peterson is definitely going to be a big help for Trevor Lawrence. And honestly, like I said, I honestly believe they're going to be division winners. Like I said, betting it, very, very little. Like you said, parlaying it is exactly what I did. And as far as the win total, like I said, very lightly, but that 9.5 is very intriguing. Like I said, the division is already weak as it is. You could basically count 4, maybe even 5 for the Jaguars there. And honestly, they're talented. They're a very talented offensive team, and they can keep up with a lot of those heavyweights. So I can definitely see them stealing a few games as well. Yeah,
definitely curious to see if this team will take the next step this year. Obviously, with the addition of Calvin Ridley, that's going to be another offensive weapon for Trevor Lawrence. Definitely on the Jaguars side this year. But if there is one team that could give them a run for their money, it's got to be the Texans. The Texans sitting at plus 310 to win the division. Their win total is 7.5. This divisional odds number is just not right. Plain and simple. They are not that much worse than last year. And Jacksonville lost a key offensive lineman in Jawan Taylor, and that's huge for the running game. He was also a very good pass protector. They took quarterbacks with high round picks the last 2 years. I would assume doing that they were trying to move Tannehill, so that is kind of probably why this number is sitting at 310, because there is the possibility of moving Tannehill by the deadline if they don't start, off that hot. Derrick Henry's still there. They got DeAndre Hopkins, so they have big time playmakers, but 310 just seems a little off to me. Obviously, they took Will Levis this year. Who knows how that's going to go? But if this team gets off to a 3-4, they win 3 of the first 5, they really could be in the running for this. So I think this was realistically the only team that can give them a run for their money. Because if you remember last year, the Titans and Colts, I think, were both like plus 110, and then the Jaguars were like plus 210 or plus 225, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was relatively close.
Yeah, and this Titans team is relatively identical to last year. So I think there is value taking the Titans at plus 310 if you want to find a value play here. But what do you think? How do you think the Titans fare out this year?
Bro, we got to stop doing that. See, I'm thinking I'm about to surprise you with something, but we just on the same mind path.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bro. Yo, I am 100% with you. This Titans team at, like I said, 7.5. So you're telling me for the Titans in a weak division, with the same running game that draws out long drives, that steals games, with that defense back there, the thing about it, Jeffrey Simmons, right? They just signed him to a big contract. He is a big part of that defense, getting to the pass rush and stopping the run as well. Mike Vrabel coach teams are just, I don't know. I can't put a word for a Mike Vrabel team. Maybe the closest thing to maybe Belichick in a way.
Yeah, Vrabel as an underdog is a cash cow.
Yeah, exactly. Every single time. And this team, I feel like a team, like I said, maybe they might not have taken a next step, but honestly, not taking the next step in this division is really not a bad thing. You fix a couple things here and there, you win a couple close games, and voila, you're right in that division. You're right in that division title race. Now, I don't think the Titans are going to win the division, no, me not. But that 7.5 mark, that's mad low. I'm picking over on that.
All right, well, let's move on to the Colts. The Colts plus 550, 6.5 is the win total, and everybody knows I'm really high on Anthony Richardson. For fantasy leagues, he's who I target if he falls. Don't get me wrong, I don't think this team is going to win the division, so I'm definitely off those odds. They should probably be closer to like 8-1, 9-1. But I really like this Colts team with the departure of Jonathan Taylor. I think we're getting some decent odds on this win total of 6.5. That seems severely low in a 17-game season. Like, that's 7-10, and you hit your bet. Like, that seems very weird to me. I do want to see how Anthony Richardson plays this year. I've got him as one of my picks for offensive rookie of the year. But I do like this win total because I feel like Anthony Richardson, dude, he's like 6'4", 6'5", 240 pounds, runs a sub 4.4. Like, that is a grown ass man out there running the ball. He is large for the position and that can move that fast. So I definitely want to see how this Colts team play. I definitely will be tuning in to see how Anthony Richardson fares out in his first year. This team's not winning the division, don't get me wrong, but I do think 6.5 is a little short compared to the Texans who are at 6.5. I think this Colts team is a light year ahead of them. So what do you think?
Man, I agree with you. I really, really like this team. I'm very interested to see how the direction of this franchise is going to go. Like I said, you know me. I was high on Anthony Richardson coming out of Florida. He is, like I said, a freak. Just his build, the intangibles is what the scouts like to say. The intangibles is absolutely, and it's crazy. The dual threat is, like I said, really it's going to help this team a little bit. Like I said, with Jonathan Taylor in, out, most likely he's out. It's kind of tough. I feel like it's going to be very, very tough for them to really, like, I would say, get going, you always want to start those drives with the run, and with Ryan Kelly, who else we got there? We got Quentin Nelson. Who else? We got Braden Smith as a right tackle. Like this O-line is equipped. This O-line is definitely equipped to run the ball. It's just, can they find that production? It's hard for me to take the 6.5 that in a way. I do like their defense. I feel like their defense is very underrated. Shaquille Leonard is back for the whole season. He's been battling injuries all last year. So this is an intriguing team. The 6.5, I'm not really touching. Like I said, I get the value. Like I said, 7-10 is great value. But, with Jonathan Taylor possibly being out, man, it's going to be tough for them to really get the offensive really going. I think they're going to struggle. But I feel like Anthony Richardson is going to shine, though. I feel like he really is going to shine. Yeah,
they're definitely going to be an entertaining team to watch. But now we got this Texans team sitting over here at the bottom. They're 10-1 to win the division, and their win total is also 6.5. Talk to me about them, man. Let me hear it.
Wow. To be honest with you, to see the Texans as the same win total as the Colts was kind of like wow to me.
Laughable.
You know what I'm saying? Like this team is not equipped yet. They got great pieces. I feel like they did phenomenal in the draft. CJ Stroud, I feel like he's going to be a stud. Will Anderson, dog, certified dog. I already know he's going to be probably defensive player of the year this year. Maybe, who knows? But I mean, I'm sorry, defensive rookie of the year. Sorry about
Jalen
that.
Carter.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if he gets enough playing time first.
All right.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is one of those project teams. This is a very experimental team. Honestly, I would even dabble with the under, with this under 6.5 on this. I would actually dabble.
Dabble.
Yes, sir.
Dabble. You should be punishing that shit.
Nah, listen. I only like to say dabble because I'm a very kind of like optimistic person. I am never good with unders. I can't, like, if anything, I have to, usually I bet over. That's something I'm trying to really get into is the unders, but I would dabble with the under. Like I said, you're facing the Jaguars already, light years ahead of you guys. Titans, who's proven to be light years ahead of you guys for a very long time now. And the Colts, they got more optimistic than the Texans do, no offense. So honestly, yeah, that 6.5 under, that's kind of high. Like I said, that shocked the hell out of me when I saw Texans 6.5 with the Colts. That's ridiculous. So you know what? Yeah, you know what, Jared? Slam the under. Slam the under.
There really ain't nothing you can say besides play the under. Don't get me wrong. I like D'Amico Ryans. I like Will Anderson. Yep. I like this team a lot. They're going to be entertaining to watch, but this team's going to be sorry as shit. Come on now. CJ Stroud's got to get adjusted to the NFL. They really don't have a run game. And granted, I do like Dameon Pierce, but this offensive line, they got Laramie Tunsil, but what else is he doing? Don't get us wrong. We're going to be taking them. They're going to be huge underdogs against the spread. And D'Amico Ryans is coming from a winning culture. He's going to compete. He doesn't care if he loses every single game. He's going to put up a fight. So we're going to be on them a lot against the spread. Yeah. But that's about it. We don't really have to say much about this team. What's up?
Yeah. No, I was about to say, yeah. Now, anytime we see Texans plus double digits, you know what I'm saying? That might be, like I said, exactly a possible play of the year, man. Honestly, this team is going to fight. That defense
the public is going to play against the Texans, and we're going to take advantage of that number just creeping our way. But that's been the AFC South. We got a lot of trash. But one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's whatever that saying is.
Say it again for the crowd in the back.
But there's so much damn trash. I think you're bound to find something in this division. But that's the AFC South. Be on the lookout for the rest of the AFC division previews to drop. We also have completed all of the NFC divisions, so they are available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to follow us on Twitter at @ShredTheSpread_. And if you're into TikTok, you can follow us at ShredTheSpread. So for Dynell and I, this has been the AFC South preview. Until next time. See ya.
Peace.